Sorry for always being selfish.
What? I didn't say anything. On that note, you feel a teensy guilty?
Huh? Of course
So much so you want to make it up to me?
if I can in any way.
I'm glad you asked. You are going to be accompanying me to a special event tonight.
Huh?
As luck would have it, we're the only ones free this evening. Oh, we're gonna have fun.
Wake up!
I hate it when you do that, Sarissa. Is there something I can help you with? I see. Everything reported here does appear rather promising, so perhaps he will be next in line. It's really anyone's guess now.
Are you overall, are you having a good day so far? I know it's the middle of the week.
Yeah, no, so far so good. It's been kind of jam-packed. I've had work pretty much every single day this week, and it's just been a little bit on the busier side, which is very nice. Like as an actor, you don't always have a busy season, so when you do, you have to relish in that a little bit and just enjoy it.
Well, it comes with a job, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
certainly it does.
but
Yeah.
I think you've gotten used to it. But yeah, I knew you were busy. I know you had to take care of a few things and everything. I saw your messages and stuff. And how did you saw the part when I was crying in that reel a little bit?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, so powerful.
Mm.
I'm excited to I guess dive deep into the questions and whatnot. So
Okay, I just couldn't hold back the tears. Okay,
yeah.
mean,
You know
because
what? And that's great. That just shows that you're like very in tune with your emotions and in tune with your vulnerabilities, and that's wonderful.
That's great. That's great. But hey, now it's time for your story. So
You
let's go
got
ahead.
it.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get this thing started. So
Okay.
nice to meet you. I'm Phil, host of the Conversation Podcast, and have a special guest with me today, right before the holidays. So introduce yourself. Who's Kelsey Cruz I'm speaking to this Wednesday afternoon?
Yes. It is I, Kelsey Cruz. Let's see, you might have heard me in things such as this season, the dark history of the reincarnated villainess as Iana Magnolia. Um, Elfaria in Wistoria Wand and Sword, Yinghua in the Apothecary Diaries. Um, uh, Everything always escapes me. Like, what have I been in? And just, I mean, I've done a lot of different projects with anime, video games, all that fun stuff. Yeah, I'm a voice actor.
That's great. And speaking of Podcast Diaries, I'm already on episode 13. I finally got some time to watch it.
Oh, yay! What do you think?
It's been great so far. Like I'm trying to broaden my horizons because I've been
Okay.
lately been trying to try new anime stuff.
Mhm.
Next up, I'm finally gonna at least let's see, what's the next one I have planned? Fairman's Journey's End. That's the next one I need to watch. Because if you saw
Yeah.
because I think when you saw my Instagram, I did meet Mallory Rodak.
Yes, I love Mallory. Mallory's so fun.
So I was like, listen, when I was at GameStop right before she came to my hometown, I'm in Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
So she came to my hometown. And I was like, I was in GameStop trying to get the Deku and Shigaraki pops from season 7. I was like, I might as well get that friend rim pop since it's buy 2, get 1 free.
Yeah.
And I was like,
did you get 2?
Yeah, I got Deku and Shigaraki when I pre-ordered them for GameStop.
Nice.
So I was like, let me go ahead and get this friend rim one because Mallory's going to be in my hometown, so I might as well get it and get it signed.
Yeah. Well, good. So you got to meet her, and then I'm assuming you got it signed then.
Yes. And I was like, okay, now I got to watch the show.
I mean, yeah, if you own a piece of merch, it's probably time you watch the show.
I know. So I was like, so I need to add that to my watch list for the holidays. I got a huge watch list, and then I'm trying to watch Vigilantes over again before season 2 comes up.
All right.
Because I already spoke to Jack last month.
Oh, gotcha. Very cool. I love
Yeah,
that.
Jack is amazing, great person.
Yeah, he seems like I haven't had the chance to meet him at all, but yeah, I from what I've heard, he's done a great job and is a super sweet guy.
Hey, you might meet him next year. I mean, 2026 is possible.
Yeah, I never know. I don't
There
know.
you go. So now, before we get into this, let's do a little bit of an icebreaker.
Sure, let's do it.
So I see some of your previous photos where you've dyed your hair multiple times. It was
Yeah.
rainbow color, then was pink, then was blue. I need to ask you one little question,
Okay.
and I don't know, you might do this in the future or something. Do you ever think of having a contest against Kaylee Mills, who dyes her hair?
Oh gosh. I don't know about a contest because I'm pretty sure Kaylee would win every single time. Her hair
Mm,
is just like magical. Um, but I mean, I do love my colored hair. Like it's a lot of fun. I'm only taking a break right now because I've had to dye my hair. Like I've dyed my hair so much, like everything's a little bit dead here. So I just want to make sure
no.
stays healthy and nice, so we're just taking a little break.
Okay.
The colors will be
Hey.
back.
Okay. But overall, it's I don't know if it's possible or something. If it could happen,
Yeah.
but I think it would be interesting to see because I'll be like, who wins? It's got to be one or the other.
Well, I don't know, I know Kaylee's done the pink and blue and, like, the different, layers and stuff, and I think it's so cool. I would love to do more stuff like that. It's a little more involved, and, I don't dye my own hair. I wish I was that talented, but I have to pay someone to do that, and,
Oh.
that can get expensive a little bit.
Well, I mean, as long as you're looking pretty and good, I mean, that's all that
Yeah.
matters. And plus, what you do all these colors, you do you do look like an anime character with color hair and all that stuff.
Oh my gosh, yes. I think that was my total draw when I first started dyeing my hair. I actually my first time dyeing my hair was, in the end of 2019, so it wasn't like I've been doing it, for my entire life or anything, but I guess that's a big chunk of time, like 5 years to have different colors of hair. I don't know.
Okay. Well, shoot. Ooh, if y'all ever do consider having a contest, I'll be up there front and center watching, like fashion shows or anything.
You know what? Maybe we could do, like, a wig contest because that would be, like, easier to, like, change in and out and stuff and do different colored hair that way. I don't know. That could be fun.
You never know; it is possible. So, but
Yeah.
now that we're done with the icebreaker, here's how we done this. So, thing
Alright.
is that there's 25 questions, but I divided up into like 4 sections each. I don't understand. I thought it was gonna be like 5 more. Oh wait, I think I got it right. Yep, I got it right. So yeah, there's like 4 sections, but yeah, we're just gonna. There's also some deep dive questions for like character deep dives and stuff.
Alright.
So it's gonna be interesting. And plus, you've already seen the questions, so you already know what to say. Okay,
Yeah,
got
I've got a little bit of an inkling of what I wanna say, yeah.
it. Okay. All right, so let's start with career and background. Now, before voice acting, you consider a career in child ministry, if I got that correct?
Yeah, there was a point in time where I, was doing they called it, like, leadership college, but it was kind of like just a church program, where they taught you, like, the ins and outs of different, portions of, like, ministry within a church. So we had children's ministry, adult ministry, um, like, people who, like, are the greeters or, like, um just yeah, all sorts of things. We also had, like, worship ministry, people who do, like, the music and stuff like that. But yeah, I was in the middle of considering doing, children's ministry, and I loved it. It was so much fun, because it kind of involved acting quite a bit, because when you're teaching all these, like, Bible stories to kids, like, you wanna be more animated and, like, involved and stuff, so, there was definitely a point where I was, like, on top of a chair pretending to be, I think his name was Zacchaeus, and he's, like, in a tree or something, so so you
Okay.
just, like you do what you gotta do as a children's ministry person in order to teach your stories.
Of course, of course. Sometimes, having those interactions with kids will make you, do a little bit of cartoonish things.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
think that's how you got into it. But and continuing from that part, what drew you to that path and how did it eventually lead you to discover acting as your true calling?
Well, to be honest, I think within my heart of hearts, I kind of always knew that acting was the path that I wanted to go towards. It's just I grew up with this mentality of like, okay, I'm gonna have to find something practical to do with my life because like acting's not going to pay my bills or be able to afford me to buy a house or anything like that. So I had to figure out what I wanted to do outside of that. Um, and I did so many different things with my life. Oh my gosh. I went to school and I became a massage therapist, and I still have my license to this day. Like I can still
Oh,
practice and do massage therapy. Um, and I was in marketing. I was in retail. I was in food service. And then just eventually I was like, I don't know, maybe, something that's like close to acting, but also like includes my faith, and which is like very important to me. Like I loved being able to like volunteer with like my church and stuff with the kids. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I want to be more involved, and maybe this would be a way for me to like use acting and pair it with my faith and be able to teach kids, which is something that I hold dear to myself. I really enjoy teaching youth. So that's what led me into that, and I saw that my church had this program where I could learn about the ministry, so I decided to hop on in. But while I was in there was just, like, something that spoke to me, and I believe with my faith, my belief, it was the Holy Spirit that was speaking to me, and I was just like, "You know what? I I think I really, like, am an actor." I just got really real with myself, like, "I think I'm an actor, and I think I wanna actually do this and pursue this, like, real and full time." So, I knew about this school in Los Angeles. It's called Azusa Pacific University, and they have a Bachelor of Fine Arts program for acting for stage and screen, and I was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna apply and see what happens. I don't know. We'll see what happens." So I applied. I sent my little like audition video, and they were like, "Awesome, we like you. So we're gonna have you for a callback out here in Los Angeles." And I was like, "Oh gosh, I live in Seattle, so I guess that means I'm gonna have to fly down to LA to do this callback or whatever." So I started, preparing a monologue and a song and stuff that they wanted for this callback, and, I got there, and I just felt, like, so at peace when I was there. I was like, "D I know this is what I'm meant to do." So I got there, I met the teachers, I did my callback, and I got great feedback from them, and, a few months later, I got my acceptance letter into Azusa Pacific University, and I was just like I was crying, I was a mess, because I was so excited, so then I ended up going to college to get my degree in acting, um, but at that point, I didn't know I wanted to be a voice actor. Literally, I was just there to become an actor in any and all capacities, and, uh, as weird as it sounds, like, voice acting never really even crossed my mind, like, it didn't even, like, make sense to me that that was a job. I was just like, "Actor, stage, film, that's it." So at that point, I that wasn't even on my radar as far as, like, what I could do as an actor. Um to get me to the part where I was considering voice acting, that would take me to after I was done with school and, um, I had met this actress named Lauren Mayfield at a friend of a friend's wedding. So, like, we didn't even know each other. We just met at this rando table at this wedding. And she was like, "Yeah, I'm a voice actor." I was like, "Voice actor?" Okay. Um, and how's that going? How's that going for you? She's like, "Oh my gosh, it's great. I love it." And she got me like set up with all these different classes, and I was living in LA at the time, so I took a class with Bang Zoom in 2018, and it was just like love at first sight. I was like, "Oh my gosh, like, I think this is the exact acting I was meant to do," because I am l like, it may not seem like it, but I'm definitely an introvert. I like my little alone space, my coffee time with my cats, and just my husband sitting next to me, and we're just, like, playing our little games and,
Yeah.
being in our own little world and stuff. Um, so, I mean, I still love to act for doing film and stage. I don't do that much anymore, um but when I found out that voice acting was an actual job, I was like, I think that's something that I might want to do. Like, once I took that class, I was like, I wasn't convinced completely, but I was like, okay, maybe that's something like I can add to my repertoire of acting or something. So I took classes every now and again, but it wasn't until like 2020 when everything literally shut
Oh,
down.
yep, COVID.
Yep. So with COVID, that's when I was like, well, I have nothing else to do with my life. So I guess voice acting it is. I did audiobooks as my first like big gig. Um, and then from there, I was introduced by a colleague named June Yoon to the Twitter sphere of voice acting Twitter. And from there, it just kind of like snowballed. I kept like just meeting people, and that's actually how I met my now husband, Jordan Dash Cruz.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and he's the one that was like, "Hey, you should do anime." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll give it a try. Sounds like fun." Um, and yeah, he gave my name to a director. I got an audition, and then my first thing was Walla and Bits in One Piece, and the rest is history.
Mhm. Well, you got to start somewhere, and it's nice. That's like a really big story because I know, like, you have so many, like, challenges ahead to you when you want to start doing the voice acting thing. You know,
Yeah,
because I've seen so many people who would like to like start out. Well, let me tell you a little something about me.
yeah.
I graduated from Flagler College 2 years ago, 2023, St. Augustine, Florida. So that
Okay.
was like right. That was like 2 years right before I met you. Um, I my first major was actually sports management.
Oh,
It was
really?
yes, but I started to grift away from it because I started to like pivot because that's not really what I wanted to do as far as what I
Mhm.
want to do for my career and all that stuff. Like now, but probably because they were talking about maybe doing sports management like video games and esports,
Right.
but that's what's the kind of my thing. I had to do something that's going to make me happy. So I had to go back to where it all started for me. Like I like talking to people. I like doing like writing down stuff, doing journalism. So I
Mhm.
switched to media production and journalism, and I graduated with that instead. Because
Wow.
so I had to go back and think how it all started. I mean, listen, when I was a kid, I was born in 2000. I think a couple of years later, I think my whole love for pop culture in general started with Batman the animated series, and
Ooh,
then
yes. I
and
love that series.
you know, oh, rest in peace, Kevin Conroy.
Mhm.
Um, then later, I think like in 2006, my love for anime started with Sonic X and Dragon Ball Z, and that's where it
Yes.
started going on years ahead. So I think for us as individuals, we have to figure out what is it going to make us feel successful in life. What are our special like advantages, disadvantages, strengths, weaknesses? Because I know because one time you did mention that you did mention that you did the children's ministry and you were like basically that's when your whole acting, because you like acting around with kids,
Yeah,
goofing off. I think that's how it all kicked in for you. And you mentioned about something about being introvert and all that stuff.
yeah,
Yes, because listen, I'm an introvert too, but thing is, I'm trying my best to go out and meet and talk to more people. My parents have been trying to get
yeah.
me to go out the house, go like listen. Every Friday, I like to venture out of the house for a bit and
Good,
try
yeah.
to talk to more people. And now you see me going to these conventions and find more people to interact with. And now that's how like this year this whole podcast came across me, because I was like, if I can't get to these people in like different states or something or countries, maybe I can just bring them online on meetings and just do that.
Yes! Oh, I love that. Yeah, I think it's also very important that we have, like, human interaction, and I think that's kind of something in our world that's lacking a little bit because we are so attached to our devices or our computers, and, I mean, I think that's also what's important about, games as well, because games bring people together, and I know it's been a part of, like, my healing process, my husband's healing process is, like, when we are able to, like, chat with our friends and be together and, like, I don't know, there's just, like, something about playing a game that makes you feel like a kid again, and so you just feel like you get to, like, kind of heal your inner child a little bit when you're just playing, right?
Oh yeah, of course. And it's like, sometimes it's like we have to figure out how exactly, okay, look, I just want to be alone for a few days, but afterwards, like trust me, peace and quiet is nice after a
Yeah.
long week. But you still want to try to get out there and make as many connections as possible.
Yeah. Oh, I totally agree. And I think that's something that's fun is, like, being able to, like, make someone else's day, like, whenever I'm, like, just at a store or something and I'm walking around, if I can find, like, one person to compliment, I think that's, like, kind of like the goal of, like, living life for me. It's just, like, I just wanna make other people happy or, like, feel more confident and, like, well within themselves, you know?
Yeah. Oh, of course. And to add to that, some people, I know you've been going to conventions. Actually, I just saw on a post that you're going to SakuraCon. So,
Yeah! Which is my
so
hometown convention! So I'm so
they
excited.
So, there's this one thing that just got me, because because as you saw before I was mentioning, I said like like back when I was in high school, 2000 like 15 to 19, I was all for the entertainment, but now that it's like I'm 25 now. I turned 25 like 3 months ago.
Oh,
It's
congratulations.
thanks. It's like I'm more like wiser and more aware that I don't want to talk to y'all just as voice actors. I want to talk to y'all as people.
Yeah. I mean, because we are a person. We're all human, right?
Yeah. And some fans don't even think that way. They just think they're just a character, which is really not the whole concept of what you're
Exactly.
seeing. You
I
know,
mean, and the big part of voice acting is the acting. And in order to be a good actor, like, you have to be well studied in humanity as a whole. So it does require, like, actually living life and being a human through our ups and downs, our faults and our victories, and everything in between.
Mhm. Of course. Huh. Yeah, we got to keep doing those keep having those conversations. That's how it's gonna make us feel better.
Yeah. I
So,
totally agree.
so
Well, hit me with a question, sir.
yeah, I know that was a long question, Juan, but it's good because we need to talk about those things.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Number two, how has your background in theater and acting shaped the way you approach voice work?
The way I approach it, I mean, I think it gives you, like, the solid foundation, like, that's a major thing to have, like, as an actor, like, having that theater training, film training, all that, it helps you to keep in mind kind of these basic things, from an improv class, I remember it as CROW, which is character, relationship, objective, and where. And all these things will inform you of, like, how to portray your character. And it also reminds me to just like think about like what your motivation is as this character, and reminding yourself like it's never going to be perfect, because as humans we're flawed. So there's no such thing in my mind as a perfect performance. Like maybe we can get like close to it, but it's always going to have like some little flaws in it, and that's what makes it so great, is because of that humanity and because we're able to connect through those flaws. um so I try not to judge myself as an actor, because it's really it's really easy to be so judgmental of your own performances, and to think like, it wasn't that good, or maybe I could have done it this way or that way. But this is the performance you gave. And so this is what it's going to be. And you just have to accept it as that. Um, so it's allowed me with that training to play with that, and also to have so many instances now where I've been able to play to remember like, hey, it's okay if it's not perfect, because it's never gonna be.
No, it's not. And I like that you said all that. Listen, when I talked to Jack last month, one thing that he told me that caught my attention was, comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes. Oh, it truly is. And I mean, I've definitely caught myself in those moments where I've been like, man, I wish I could have like this character in my repertoire. Like I wish I could have been this character. Um but like you can't, like you were saying, you can't compare yourself. Everybody's journey is going to be so completely different. And everything is within its own time. Like, I'm 35 now, and it's been a really, up and down journey for me, because I didn't even know that I wanted to be a voice actor until I turned 30 years old. So, I just want to encourage everybody who doesn't feel like you have life figured out, like, that's okay. It's really okay to, like, just dip your toes into things, like, give it a try, like, don't be afraid to fail. And I think that's what has led me through life, is like, well, I don't know, I have this curiosity in me, and I just wanna, like, try things, and, even if I'm not good at it, like, maybe I can get better at it. But if it's something that, like, isn't what I expected or what I feel like I actually want to do, then that's okay. Like, move on to the next thing. Like, it's okay to move on. And then sometimes, like, if this is something that you really, really love, like acting it's not an easy job, because you go through a lot of rejection. Uh,
Yeah.
So you have to be okay with putting your pride aside and just like keeping at it. Like, the only ones who quote unquote fail are the ones who just quit outright. Like, as long as you're continuing to learn about acting, if you're continuing to audition, and if you're just continuing to try, like, just try. That's all I can like say to you. Just like keep trying, keep going. Then you're not going to fail, because you haven't quit. You've still got at least that 2% in you, that 0.5%, whatever it is that's left. Just keep at it, because those little things add up over time, and you never know when that opportunity is going to come towards you, and you better be darn prepared for that, because it's going to change your life when it happens. Yeah.
Exactly. And we're all going to make mistakes. It's inevitable. And the other thing I also learned too, and I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to thank Sonic for this one. And Sonic Frontiers, he was saying like at the beginning of the game, he was like, well, some direction is better than no direction. So
Yeah.
it's true.
Here
So
here
like, as listen, if you get knocked down, pick yourself up and keep going.
Amen. Totally agree with that. Like, I think that's just the key to success. Like, even when you quote unquote fail, or if you feel like you're not far enough, those are complete and utter lies, by the way. Just if you keep going at it, like something is bound to happen. Just something along the way. And that's what you got to remember. Something will happen eventually.
Exactly. Like when I started this thing, I knew this was gonna take time, but I didn't care how long it was gonna take. I do it because it's fun. And I
Yeah.
just want to make sure that I just keep doing the hard work, because as long as you're being productive every day and not feeling, oh, I'm doing this just for no. Just make sure you stay productive, just stay focused. Like every day I just stay focused.
Yeah.
No matter what kind of, if I feel, oh, I feel bad that he did this or this happened or whatnot. I'm still staying focused and productive every day, regardless.
Yeah. I love that. I
So
love it a lot.
listen, stay focused and keep your head on straight, and you'll be fine.
You know what? That's also true. The keeping your head on straight, because I know there's been instances where sometimes this acting thing can get to people's heads, and you have to have a sense of humility in order to be in this job, I think, or for the longevity of it. Um, Maybe a healthy dose of ego, but also a healthy amount of humility combined in order to get by in this industry.
Oh, of course, definitely. All right, on to the next question. Now, you worked on a wide range of projects from anime to audiobooks, as you discussed earlier. What do you find the most fulfilling about voice acting?
Ah, man. I feel like with voice acting, I just get to be a lot goofier than with like film acting, for instance. I feel like it's more like subdued, so it's more about like the subtle facial expressions and stuff like that, and you're not like shouting or anything. You're just, I'm having a conversation and I'm talking to you. But with voice acting, you just get to go like whatever. Well, depending on, the show, obviously. But that's kind of been my current life is a lot of comedy shows, so I've just been getting to go ham and go wild, and I think that's like the most fulfilling thing for me is just like I get to step out of my little normal shoes and jump into some wild clown shoes.
Hey, that's okay. I mean, listen, the way you've been talking to me, yes, comedy is your thing. I think you got to have those kind of personalities, especially if you want. I mean, especially in like stuff like anime. There's going to be like some funny moments in there.
Oh yeah.
So you got to have like some comedic personality traits inside of you if you want to make this show work.
I think so. Or I mean, at least find the comedy within you or within the scene. Like, maybe you might not be a naturally funny person, but I think everybody has something that's funny about them.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be necessarily a funny voice, but like this, there are some things that people do, especially people who talk like this and are like super deadpan. Yeah. Just like,
Speaking.
sorry, go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say sometimes the off the cuff things that people with a deadpan voice say are just like the most hilarious thing to me. But that's all I wanted to say anyway.
Oh, it's kind of funny because I've been watching some TV ads, and I was actually watching Disney Plus last night. I was watching Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy Mission, the anime TV show with
Fun.
Wilfredo Trevor Duvall. When I was watching the Boom Beach ads, it was funny. He was like, hey, base says flank a right and take the base. And then I just couldn't help but watch the ads because I was like, I had to put like little memes saying, when you transition to next class and the last class tells you there's going to be a test.
Yeah.
And then he was like, you guys are flanking up the right side? We just flanked up the right side. That's like, how did it go? Good, good, not great. They do have a flamethrower. You say, I was like, did you take it out? Oh, nah.
Yeah.
But you guys will probably be fine.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Those ads crack me up still. I know that
Yeah.
came out back then in like 2013. I know Boom Beach is still going, but I tell you, those advertisers, they gotta add some very funny comedic purposes.
Yes. Oh man, I love that. That's so good.
So I don't know if you play like Clash of Clans or Boom Beach, but you know.
I have not.
Mhm.
But currently I'm playing Outer Plane on my mobile phone and Octopath Traveler 2 on my
Oh, okay.
Switch. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, wait. This one that popped up in my head. Clash of Clans with Hog Rider. Hog Rider is so stupid. Like he was saying, what am I gonna do? Get a new barber? Hey, look, a balloon parade. And then the archer was like, I think that's an air attack. No way, that's a beautiful balloon parade. I was like, this man is stupid. Even the skeletons were looking at it, and I'm like, he was like, what? I like balloons. I was like, how has he lasted this long?
Sheer luck.
That's crazy stuff. But yeah, you know, comedy purposes. You got listen, even in the TV shows, we gotta laugh at some point.
Yeah. At some point, like you gotta release the tension a little bit, even in like the shows that are like super dramatic. For like instance, like Game of Thrones, like they still had little, at least cute moments to break the tension, the very dramatic tension.
Okay, yeah. Let's keep adding those humors. That goes for all you guys.
Yeah.
So we're getting close to the end of section one, but we still got 4 more questions to go. But don't worry, we're making good time. And plus, from what I can tell, you are a talker, so I'll keep you talking. Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
Let's see. Now, next up, number 4. How has your faith or personal values influenced your choices or approach in your career?
Yeah, I mean, it influences a lot, especially with I think the way that I, try and treat people. It's not always easy. Yeah, I know when you some days you're like, oh my gosh, like for instance, if you're like in traffic and someone cuts you off, it's like, all right, I just have to take a little deep breath and just
Yeah.
say, it's fine. Get to your destination and be well.
It's funny that you mentioned that because a car cut me off yesterday while I was trying to get to work.
I'm sorry. That's always the worst. And
Yeah.
I just have to breathe and be like, you know what? I'm alive and that's what matters.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like with my faith specifically, it also informs me as to like what types of roles or types of shows that I want to take on. So I've kind of like um skipped over a lot of like the NSFW type of shows and stuff like that. And I mean, I'll still play like cute fun girls every now and again. That I mean, like sure, maybe there's like a panty shot, but it's like it passes by so quickly that it's like, it's whatever. It's part of the comedy of the show. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, gotta have those kind of like, comedy stuff. Like this goes right on saying comedy. But yeah, you have like sometimes when you do something, you just, it feels like you have all of these tough choices to make. And
Yeah.
listen, it like I said, in the Telltale games, this story is based on the choices you make. The game stories
Yeah.
tell about how you play. So listen, the choices you make in like these shows or anything is how it's going to affect you these next few days to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I I don't know, I don't think there's, like, too many things outside of, like, the way that, like, I treat people. I think that's, like, the biggest thing for me that, I try to, like, use with my faith is, like, I want to make sure that, other people feel loved and cared about, and just for you to know that, like, you're worthy of being loved and all that. And I think that's very important.
Always treat people with love and kindness, no matter what.
Yeah.
Of
And
course.
I think that's the biggest thing, and we need more of that.
I be getting so many spams and all that stuff. Like, listen, when I was playing Gears 5, I was playing on my Xbox. This dude decided to call me names when I was just playing the game.
Ugh.
And I was like, hey, so listen, I clapped back on him because when he couldn't take it, he kind of blocked me. And I was like, that's fine. I'm going back to my game. Because one thing he did say that caught my attention, he was saying like, girls will never go out with you. And I was like, where is this coming from?
Yeah,
So,
whoa, that's
but here's what
out
but
of
here's what I
pocket.
found. But here's one thing though, he was stupid because he lives in his mom's basement. So here's the thing. He didn't like that I clapped back because I was like, okay, listen, if y'all come at me, I bring receipt, eat. So here's what I did. I had pictures for him with all the places I've been to. I was like, look in the mirror. Now look at me. Look in the mirror. Now look at me. Look in the mirror. Now look at me.
Yeah.
Who you think's winning here? Because I got pictures with all the the conventions, all the cosplayer girls, because I like their cosplays and everything.
Yeah.
So that's why he blocked me, because he knew he couldn't take it. Saying like I could, like he said I couldn't get like a woman and all that stuff. But I showed him my pictures saying like, I always be respectful and show manners. Maybe you could do the same thing.
Right?
So,
Yeah. Well, if you can't dish it, well, if you can't take it, don't dish it.
exactly. So, but yeah, but like I told him, you have fun. Fun. I want to go back to playing my Xbox. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
There you go. Exactly. Hey, so let's keep showing love to everybody.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Number 5. Can you describe a pivotal moment early in your career that confirmed voice acting was the path for you?
Sorry, I've got allergies happening this week.
It's
It's been a bit.
You're good. You're good.
Sorry, could you repeat the question real quick?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Can you want me to repeat it for you?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Can you describe a pivotal moment early in your career that confirmed voice acting was the path for you?
I mean, it had to be that Bang Zoom class, I think, because it was a practical. Like, we actually got to do dub over a scene from I think for me it was from Sword Art Online that I got to dub over, and it was, I think, Asuna. Is that the character name? Asuna?
Yes, Asuna.
Yeah, Asuna. And when I saw the video but with my voice through the character, I was like, "Oh my gosh." Like everything just clicked. I was like, this is it. This is it for me. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess the Bang Zoom class sort of online. I was thinking maybe because like I said, you gotta have the spark to the fire to get you going in this career. So
Yeah,
I think doing that stuff with Bang Zoom. I heard about Bang Zoom. I haven't done a lot of research on them lately, but I'm trying to read more and see what they are all about. Not saying I'm trying to do voice. I just want to see what they're all
Yeah.
about first. So
They're they do a bunch of different things. They do video games, anime, and I think they do animation as well. So they're kind of in a lot of different things. But yeah, they're based in Los Angeles, so I don't work with them. At least not for now. Maybe in the future.
Well, listen, you guys are based on the West Coast, so you guys got to have those studios. Because that's why I was like, when I talked to some of the voice actors conventions, I was like, okay, so now I understand why most of these guys live in California and Texas, because they got to be close to those studios to do work.
Yeah, exactly. So you get called in at a moment's notice. It's always last minute, either day of or a couple days before, and it's like, all right, let me clear my schedule to do this 2 or 3 hour thing.
Yeah. And plus, I'm like 4 hours away from Atlanta, Georgia. By the way, I am going there for Anime Week in Atlanta this week.
All right, yay, have
So,
fun.
So I'll be there. But yeah, places like Atlanta, Georgia. Of course, they got like those big studios over there too, like TNT, CNN. But you also got like New York, because I know in New York and Atlanta, they don't have enough room for all those studios that you guys have in California and Texas.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it's just the lay of the land and the space they have in that state. So, but hey, even though you know, I'm close to Atlanta, you guys still come to Georgia to Atlanta because they got big stuff down there too.
They sure do. I don't know if we're coming there anytime soon, but we were
Mhm.
semi close. We were in, I think, Alabama like a month or two ago, something like
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, I'm not too concerned about it. If I get to California, I get to California my own time. I'm in no rush here. Listen, I just finished my cybersecurity program. I'm trying to find jobs right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Cybersecurity is so needed. So go you.
Yes. Yeah. I just figure I got so used to working with computers that I was like, you know, this does pay a lot of good money. So I just thought, you know, I had to go back to school because I knew like with media these days, it's kind of limited.
Yeah.
So I have to figure out, okay, so let's do something else. Like, what can I do in the meantime until something else comes up?
I love that. Yeah. That's kind of what I
So
was talking about. It's like, like just try something and then you never know. You might actually like it. And then you start doing it for a job.
it's it's exactly, you know, and like I said before, I know voice acting is not all you guys do. You guys have other jobs besides voice acting because you know some people have like you guys like okay, I'll give you an example like John Swahey who does All for One in My Hero Academia. He has
Mhm.
a 9 to 5 job.
Oh, he does? What? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
So yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like you guys, y'all got other careers and other stuff besides voice acting. You know, now voice acting could be is a job. It is,
Yeah.
but you guys got other stuff to do until something else comes up.
Yeah, something just to keep it more stable. You have to have a baseline of money at some point in life. Like it's expensive to live, but you kind of need to have money to do that.
Exactly.
So,
So yeah. I think I'm doing the right thing. I went back to school. Certificates should be coming in the mail soon.
ooh,
So
all right.
can't
Proudly
can't wait.
display
Yeah, I'm definitely going to display that.
it.
But let's hurry up and finish section one because section two is going to be your deep dives.
Ooh,
Okay,
all right.
so I think you're gonna like this one because you guys just got married. And listen, I didn't know you guys are 2024, so my mistake if I'm knowing you now in 2025.
No, you're
But
good.
so, so what's it like being part of a voice acting couple with Jordan Dash Cruz? And listen, I've seen a lot of voice actor couples. Listen, even when it's voice acting, it's still love at first sight, you know, because
Yeah.
you know we just saw Emily Eves and David Matrai get engaged 2 weeks ago.
Ah, yes,
So
so cute.
that's so yeah. Even in voice acting, there's still love is a regular thing.
It is.
Um, how do you support and challenge each other creatively?
You know, um, we definitely have to support each other, especially through the quiet or the slow times. Because I mean, and thankfully, there hasn't been too many times where we're both on a slow season. But there are times where it's like, oh my gosh, like Jordan, I don't know if I'm gonna work again. Did you think this was good? Like, did you like my performance? What did you think? Was it okay? And he's like, Kelsey, that was great. That was really funny. I really loved it. You did a great job. Also, he'll listen to my auditions like when I ask him to. Which when you're an actor like can sometimes get like annoying because it's like, again, don't you know you're good? All right, I'll listen. um but yeah, we definitely like support each other and like giving each other, I think, those like kudos and props because you don't always get to hear that, and it's definitely important to be able to like, make sure that you're comfortable within yourself and give yourself your own props. That is very important to do. But it is a nice like supplement to have someone else support you and be like, "Hey, no, you did a good job." And it's really nice to hear that. Because you don't always get to hear that, you know?
Yeah, Yeah, of course. And listen, you gotta have people support each other, like have support systems. Because I've seen so many, like ever since 2024, when I started like doing like more research on like conventions and researching you guys now, because I really wanted to have those like one-on-one conversations. I've seen so many voice actors like they start getting be part of these voice actor couples. And now, when I left Bowman City, I realized that Elizabeth Maxwell and Jason I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Maybe he can teach me when I come back. Jason Lebet they're dating now. So I've seen so many voice actor couples who get together and realize, hey, we can do amazing things together. We just work together through these times and everything. And I think that's I think that's a really nice thing to have. We have like, hold on, I'm trying to figure out how to word this right. We've have these people who like go to like conventions together, which makes it even more enticing. Like one can't live without one can't live without the other.
Well, especially like now that we're married, it's like, the point of marriage is like you kind of become one person in a sense. So I think it's kind of awesome that we get to do this job together. Um I mean, one of the funniest things is that we play brother and sister in a show. But I don't know if you've heard of MF Ghost. It's the sequel to Initial D. But
I have not, but do you recommend it to me?
if you like cars, it's a fun car show.
Okay, okay.
So I mean, it's fine. It's a fine show. I'm not knocking it. Don't knock it till you try it. Maybe you like racing shows. Racing shows aren't necessarily my cup of tea, but it's fun because we get to do all this like banter inside the booth. So it's like we get out, like if we had a frustrating day, or it's like, oh, he didn't put the dishes away. I got to basically take out my frustrations at his character in the booth because we get to call each other like idiots and stuff like that. So
Oh God. Oh,
so that's always
dang.
fun.
Oh my, oh my gosh. Well,
Yeah.
I was about to say, don't go so hard on him now.
Oh no. No. No, we're very loving and supportive in real life of each other. It's just kind of I think it's just a silly fun fact that we get to play brother and sister in a show. So that's for your fun trivia knowledge.
Very interesting. Well,
Yeah.
hey, I've been seeing some of your stuff. You guys are still doing amazing things today. So I say just always be there for each other and keep doing what y'all doing.
Amen. Will do.
So, all right, last question, and then we'll be at the character deep dives. I know this has been a long section one, but it's a good section one.
Yeah, this has been great.
So, how do you balance your? Oh, hold on. Let me wait for a second.
Sorry.
It's all right. How do you balance your personal life with the demands of a career that can involve irregular hours and tight deadlines? As I've just witnessed that yesterday when you had to reschedule.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, I keep a normal job on the weekends and keep most of my weekdays open. So that's how I've been able to balance it. Um, because otherwise, like, it's really hard to like actually schedule things. But for the most part, they'll like with Crunchyroll, they'll schedule us like in the daytime, like normal business hours, like 10 to 6 or something like that. Sometimes they'll have you come in for late night sessions, which has been the case recently because we've got the holidays coming up, so everybody's trying to get all the shows done and stuff before
Oh
we
yeah, of
have like
course.
2 weeks of break and nothing. Um, so I mean, it's a little interesting trying to balance regular real life, because you never know when something's gonna pop up. Um, but I also try to um, like if I have something that's like super duper important, like unable to like reschedule, I will do my best to like try and see if I can get a different time for like a scheduled session or something like that. Um, but like most of the time, like especially with like this time of season, it's like there's really not any other time for them to change it to,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, you just have to roll with the punches and do your best to be, like, gracious and ask for forgiveness when possible.
Of course. Hey, listen, like I said before, Kelsey, I'm a patient man. So when I was trying to get
Yes,
you,
you are.
when we were trying to get you on board, I told him like, hey, it's okay because like I told you yesterday, I had to, take care of my mom's business because she was out of town in Florida. So
Right.
I had to make sure the kids were okay.
Yeah.
So. So I was just doing my thing, everything, and yes, last night she said she appreciates me a lot because when she came back, I told her no. And my Lynch, I said no. Take your ass home and rest.
Mhm. That's
So,
right.
so
Yeah.
yeah. So she knows that she can leave her business in good hands, in my hands. So I've been
Yeah.
doing it for a while. So, but yeah, like if you have to reschedule, go and reschedule. That's good because things do happen, things do come up. Like how many times I be telling people, y'all, like take care. Listen, when I told Jack this the other day, I was like, hey, if you get sick, take care of yourself first. And he was like,
Yeah.
I got it. I'm taking care of myself. I got my wife here who's my in-home nurse my needs. She's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's what he told me. So I like watching these shows, but I am considerate of others. Okay, I mean,
Yeah. I love that. No, you've been very considerate, very, kind with us, so I really appreciate you very much for being so flexible for one thing, but, like, you've just been so gracious, so thanks for, working with my schedule and making this happen.
listen, I'm in no rush, and plus, I got other stuff to do. I do want to see you guys, but I'm just saying, when something comes up, I got stuff to do.
What, you don't wanna spend all your time with me?
I just no, I just, no, just you get what I'm saying here.
I got you, I got you.
So, but yeah, of course. But yeah, if you get deadlines, I know most of us actors, if they're not feeling too good, they have to like rest their voices there. Because I know y'all
Yeah.
be in the booth for like hours and hours, and it's like we got to get our strength back.
Yeah, exactly, that's true, and that's been something I've been dealing with, exactly, like, over the last, like, week and a half, like, my allergies have been just, like, through the roof, it's just been so terrible, so there have been times where I've had to, like, reschedule, like, if I'm really just, like, I can't get past it, there's no way that I can, sound like my character. I'm doing a lot better right now, so that's great, but, there are times where you have to, like, just put aside your pride and be like, "I'm sorry, can I reschedule?" And you feel so bad about it because, everything's, like, on a tight deadline and stuff, but the schedulers found a way, and they will find a way. Or
Well,
sometimes they'll have to, like, they'll put a stand-in for you for an episode, and that's okay. You just have to, like, let it be.
yeah, of course. And listen, like I said, you got to find common ground. You got to have a mutual relationship with the director and with the deal. Like, after the recording's done, like have one-on-one conversations. That
Yeah,
works.
it does, it does. Um
So,
So you have to have grace with yourself and, um, just be very kind and be like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well. Can we reschedule?" And usually they'll take that in a very nice way, as long as you're like kind, kindness will be reciprocated.
and be very cordial, very cordial.
Yeah.
So, all right, now we're done with that long ass section one. Now we're in section
Woo!
two. We're in section two, character deep dives.
All right.
So now I know you saw the question. I didn't have like specific character. Well, there are two specific characters out, but we're
Mhm.
gonna make it work.
All
Now, which character you voiced has been the most challenging to bring to life, and why?
I think probably probably Iana. Just because she's my first main character lead, and so it's been a very precious time for me. So I've been really taking care of this character as much as possible, and with the comedy, like, I try to be very intentional about, like, You know, where can I add a little extra flair in a certain thing? Or like, there are times where I'll have to ask the director, like, hey, can I do this again? Is it okay? Because I just have an idea. So I've been putting a lot of like extra effort into this just because like she's my big baby.
Oh,
So I think
man.
that's been, I mean, like, challenging in a fun way, in just that, like, I've been challenging myself to find different ways to approach the comedy and, not make it, like, one note the entire time.
Yeah. One thing I will say is this, because I know, like some voice actors, they don't like when they give you these new character roles, they don't have the amount of time to look it over and know who this guy is. They have to specifically like learn on the fly exactly when you have to start recording.
Yeah,
So,
there are definitely, so I imagine probably for, like, same day dubs, which I've done a couple of those before, where you don't have the Japanese episodes out, so there's no way for you to preview anything, which is, like, it's
mhm.
crazy. And I think they do that a lot for, like, the bigger shows, so I can only imagine, that's a little bit intimidating and a little scary because you're like, "Oh, man, like, I know this is someone's, like, favorite character, so I hope that I do the best job that I can possibly do without having seen anything or knowing anything about what's going on." Um, so I'm sure that would be, like, a really big challenge, and honestly, I hope that I get to do that at some point. That would be fun, but also scary.
But hey, it could be both fun and scary. Hey, it's really nice because I know like, and I had like because I know like when people like sometimes the Japanese is not out, and it's like we're just gonna have to like do what we can
Yeah.
because most people. I'll say this, I'm Kelsey. I know some of you guys do your research. Y'all even read the whole manga,
Mhm.
people like Kira Buckland, and I spoke to Kira Buckland and Jack on the same week. So they said that they read the whole manga, so they're all fully in it now. So they know
Yeah.
exactly what's to be expected. Because Jack is already excited for season 2. I'm excited for season 2 of Vigilantes. Can't wait to
Oh,
see it.
yeah.
So
I can't
so
believe it's
he.
already season 2, like, that's crazy.
It's funny that it started in April. And I was like, wait, January? That soon? We haven't. I thought it was gonna
Yeah.
be late. I thought it was gonna be like in the fall of 2026. I was like, no, it's not.
No?
Can't. But yeah, they had to read the entire manga first, and that's how he's like. That's how they're all know what they need to do, how to bring the energy into these characters. Because I know when I talked to, I think Rochelle May, because you guys are in Apothecary Diaries together, the same characters. So
Yes.
she
Right.
told me that she's not much of a manga reader. But which is fine. I mean, I'm a manga reader because can you help me if I just want to take a little sneak peek of what's going to happen next?
Yeah.
Like spoilers and all that stuff. I mean, like, I just want to look at it. I just want to look. This is one
Yeah.
little peek, so I can be like, great. I just want to look.
Yeah, I just wanna know a little bit. I do that sometimes, it depends on the character, I'd say if it's for me, if it's more like a supporting or a lead type character where I know they're gonna show up a lot, I will, get the manga and do my research and, like, uh, read through as much as I can. Um, where I haven't actually read, the Apothecary Diaries light novels or the manga or anything,
Mhm.
um but I know I would probably enjoy it because I like the show. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, I only do it in those types of circumstances where I know that the character is gonna be a little more prominent in the story, so I wanna make sure that I do that justice, you know? So I wanna know exactly what's going on and why and who this character is, what their relationships are, etcetera, etcetera.
yeah, of course, of course. You want to make sure you do your research. Like, listen, ever since I went back to school, I've been trying to read more because I just like maybe there's sometimes there's stuff that I miss. And I want to make sure I have all the details ready at hand to
Yeah,
present. So
exactly.
I don't want to take any chances. No, lately, because you got stuff with going on. And the other thing too, Kelsey, I actually started my own Substack because I want to start writing articles on there now.
Oh, what's that? I actually don't know what that is.
Substack. You never heard of Substack? Okay, so Substack is where independent journalists write their own stories and articles on there. On that stuff. It's
Oh,
kind of like Instagram, like just posting on that stuff, but you still
okay.
want to write your own stories about what's going on.
Gotcha. Oh, that's
Like,
interesting. Is it kind of like how we used to have blogs?
yes.
Cool. Yay, blogs are coming back in style.
So yeah, I don't know if you're a writer, Kelsey, but I know some people that I met, they're writers.
Mhm.
So they probably write their own stuff in their own time. But I just figured, now that I got more free time on my hands, maybe I should start writing more. Maybe write more about what happened today, write my own thought process, like topics I want to discuss, like everyday
Yeah,
like situations.
that'd be really cool. I think you should. It's kind of, yeah, like the old blog diaries we used to have.
So yeah, so I think whatever happens, if y'all don't have enough time to like research this guy, I say just go ahead and just do the best you can when you get to the recording session. Or if you have like enough time with like 2 weeks and before you have to go and record, then maybe do some research and maybe read a few books.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like if given the time, I definitely will. Like at the very least, I try to look up anything I can to see like, okay, what does the character look like? At the very least, like that would be nice to know. Um but yeah, I want to get back into reading a little bit more. I've been starting to get back into reading. I like audiobooks. I know that some people don't consider that reading necessarily, but somebody's reading to me and I'm processing the information. So, I don't know.
Well, hey, whatever works for you. I know people have different styles. So, but yeah, of course, of course. Sometimes, like this doesn't work out for me, but it works out for him. It works out for him, but it doesn't work for me. Basically goes hand in hand.
Sure. Would you consider audiobooks reading or no?
Yeah, I would consider audiobooks reading because you can actually listen to like what the story's telling. Like, because if you even have like the book in front of you, you can actually listen to the audio while you're reading. So it is reading.
Cool. Yay. I totally agree with that.
There you go. All right. Next up, number 9. Conversely, which character has been the most fun or rewarding for you, and what made them special?
I mean, it's Iana. Everything right now is kind of, like, all about this show because it's, like, my like I said, she's my big baby. Um, and I mean, it's the question is what's, not rewarding about it, but what was the other part of
No,
the
no, yeah, it was saying. I was saying what. Let's see, what has been the most like which character has been the
fun?
most fun or rewarding for you, and
Yeah.
what made them special? That was the one.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's Iana because she is I get to play, like, 4 characters within this one character, basically, because I play her teenage self, I play her adult self, I play her inner thoughts, and I play the character of Iana that she gets reincarnated into, so it's like I get to go through so many different aspects of this person, and that is just so fun to play because I get to play vocally, for one, I get to play with the mentality of her being this cringy teenage fan fiction girl, and
Mm,
then her character who's all about trying not to die by the hand of her own cringe that she wrote.
wow.
Yeah. And, I mean, just what's so fun about it is, like, I just get to play with my whole entire range of my voice in this show. I'll throw in little accents, I'll throw in SpongeBob references. Uh, I've done so many things with this show that I normally don't get to do in anime because of its structure and, like, with the lip flaps and everything, but with Iana, she's in her thoughts a lot, so there's no, like, mouth flaps, so I get to kind of just, like, add my own little flares and all these just, I don't know, rando wacko things to it, so I think that's just, I just get to play and be a child. in this show, and that's what makes it so special.
Well, don't you want? Well, don't you want to have the freedom to play as a child? That's the answer. You want to have that freedom, don't you?
Yes, oh my gosh, absolutely. But characters like this, especially, like, female characters, don't come along very often, if at all, so, like, this is just it's been f it's felt very, very special to me because most of the time you have to fit yourself into a certain structure of, wording things, and this has just been so I don't know, it's just been such an awesome experience, and I'll be sad when it's over, but for now, I'll, enjoy the moments that I get to live in her.
I mean, you should. I mean, it's a one-time deal, so enjoy it. Because it's like I was saying, like I just turned 25. Enjoy. You only turn 25 once.
That's right.
Exactly. And listen, yeah, listen. I say keep doing it because you want to be able to do those funny moments, those funny. Get it? I'm cracking up. I can't even think straight.
Have you seen any clips of the show at all or seen the show?
So far, I'll be honest, no, I haven't. But now that we're talking about it, I am interested to take a look.
All right, well, you, get on my Instagram, I've got a couple clips on there, um, but yes, it's a type of show that you can just, like, turn your brain off and just enjoy it for its sheer silliness, so,
I can't.
yes.
Yes, ma'am, I will do that. All right. Coming up next, number 10 for characters. And listen, please make sure this correct me if I get the names wrong, okay? For characters like Yinghua, did I say that right?
Yinghua?
Yinghua. I am so stupid. Okay.
No, not at all.
Okay, hold on. Yinghua or Kaori Hujo, right?
Kaori
They-
Hojo.
Oh, come on. Sorry. Okay, I think got it. For characters like Yinghua and Kari Hujo, how do you approach understanding their motivations and personality traits?
Well, a lot of the Japanese performance actually kind of informs me of, like, their characterization and stuff. So, I mean, we're lucky in the fact that we get to see the performance already, just in a different language, but you can hear, like, intonations and, kind of some of the motivation throughout, like, the performance that you're hearing. Um but it's also taking a look at, like, what's on screen, like, what's happening, and what is this character doing, making sure you're looking especially, like, at, anime eyebrows. Eyebrows inform a lot about a character, like,
Oh yeah.
are they mad, surprised, sad?
Right,
Um
because it's hard to tell, ain't it? It's hard to tell. Is it hard to tell?
Yeah.
just say I had her picture pulled up just in case.
Yeah. I mean, but anime eyes are so expressive, so that's the thing that's like, if you look at their eyes, that'll inform you at least of the basic emotion of what this character is feeling. But, I mean, it kinda also goes back to down to, like, if you're able to do some research beforehand, that way you can tell, like, what their circumstances are like. Are they a part of, like, the royal family, or are they someone who's, like, a lady in waiting who is more like a servant or someone who's in the service part of this palace? Then you're gonna act more, like, respectful towards, like, your authority, you're going to, um for instance, with Yinghua, she's very, like, fired up and passionate about her work and making sure that Mao Mao takes a rest day, otherwise she's gonna get it.
Listen, I've seen some of the episodes and I like the characters they're doing. Like it's really interesting that I'm really trying to because lately, I've been trying to broaden my horizons. Usually I'd be watching Dragon Ball or My Hero, but I
Okay.
want to expand and understand. Okay. So when I started watching Apothecary Diaries, I was like, okay, where this is going.
Yeah.
But there's also a story and background and context behind the show as well. Like, as you can see, they're all dressing up and like putting on makeup. Like, I think they do like rituals or something. Maybe this is basically like how the Chinese did their rituals back in the day. So
Yeah.
this show is telling us exactly how they did things. So I was like, oh shoot, like I didn't watch it. Like at that time, I wasn't watching it for. I did watch a few episodes, and a few times when I watched the first two episodes, I wasn't watching for entertainment. I wanted to understand what's this all about. I was saying, okay,
Right.
now I understand the context behind the story.
Yeah. Exactly. And I like historical context is also important. Um, and then also like for fantasy shows, for instance, like maybe you'll put on more of an ethereal air in your voice because it's more like elves and dragons and all these, you know, magical things. So the genre will also kind of inform you of like vocal qualities and stuff like that. Or age of character as well.
Right. And and speaking of Mao Mao, I've seen her, she is like really fierce and does a lot of crazy stuff. And I
Mhm.
was like, okay, maybe I need to stay out of her way for a bit. So, but yeah, like her Ling wait, oh my god, come
You
on.
got this, you got
Come
this.
on. Yinghua.
Yinghua. It was very
Yinghua.
close.
Okay. I'm gonna get these names correct. I'm not ready to give up just yet. Yinghua. Got it.
Yes,
I got it.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, her and Yinghua. You also got Jack, I thought I should know the character. I just started watching show. I don't know. Li Shu, all that stuff.
Yeah,
They have like different like, like weaknesses and strengths throughout the show.
yeah,
And it's nice that I continue to watch and pay attention how they interact with each other. Because the way they interact with each other is the way how they get better as they continue to do things around, the palace.
yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah, you know what? Sorry. But yeah, understanding like the motivation person traits, like you as a voice say, you have to understand their personality traits when you get it. Me, as I'm just watching the show, I'm actually making sure I watch, like I still want to watch for entertainment, of course, but I want to make sure I understood the context of the story.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's really important. Context is everything. If you don't have the context, then, the story is bound to fall apart or, like, you won't know your motivation very well as an actor, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I told myself, man, I need to keep paying attention to these stories, not just watching it just to be watching it. There's actually stuff
Yeah.
going on in here that you might be missing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that kind of falls into, like also, like, when you're reading, for instance, like, if there's a word or, like, in the show, if there's, like, something that you don't know about, like, the hairpins and stuff, like, look that up and figure out, like, the context of, like, what that is and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course, because sometimes the hairpins might have, inscriptions on it or any kinds of like, I don't know, artistic style that might be telling us a message or story.
Yeah. So, look it up. If you don't know something, look it up.
Exactly. All right, we'll move on to the next one. We're halfway through. We're getting. Let's see. How do you adapt your vocal performance for characters who are different from you in personality or age?
Well, I get to do a lot of younger characters, so I definitely pitch my voice up a little bit if I'm doing like a young girl or something like that. So that
What the hell was that?
I know, yeah. So I do get to play a lot of like younger characters and stuff, and that's just I don't know how I do it necessarily. I just think about like the vocal placement of like something higher in my higher range of voice and stuff. And so I wish I could tell you like the technical aspects. I don't know everything about the vocal box. But for younger characters, I know that higher pitch will make you sound younger. So
Listen, I was freaking out. Oh my god, I'm freaking out here. Listen, when Rochelle did that for Alicia, I was like, how are they doing this?
yeah.
How are they doing this? I can't. Oh my gosh, that's so. Oh, Kelsey, what did you do?
I know, surprise. I have a little child in me.
I'm about to say, you didn't eat anything special, did you?
No, I didn't. It's
Okay.
just cereal.
Mm. Okay. But yeah, it's man, I'm trying to get out of my thoughts after you surprised me with that voice. But yeah, I think different characters older age, because I know there are so many people who have to figure out, because what I will tell you this, you've seen a lot of Japanese voice actors who do voice like characters. Like there's a few female voice actors. Okay, let's take Masako Nawaza, who voiced Goku for years.
Right.
You have a female who's been voicing Goku for years, and she had to find out how to match his voice in the show. Same thing with like what else? You had another Colleen Clickenbeard who does Luffy.
Yeah.
You have a girl voice and a boy character. I think the trick is you want to make sure that you have those certain voices that can match the character that they're doing in the show. Same thing. I don't know if you're familiar with Bakugan Battle Brawlers back in the day. They said it stopped airing in Japan because it wasn't that popular in Japan than it was in the US. Dan Kuso was voiced by a Japanese female voice actor.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I've only done like a handful of boys in my time at Crunchyroll. I think my oldest boy character is Par from what's that show? I played like a bunny boy. And there's like a guy with Ari Fureta. Oh my gosh, that's the name of the show. Ari Fureta. And there's like a bunny girl and stuff. But I play like a little bunny boy. And he he wants to change his name because now he's a warrior. So he's like, huh. No, I'm Par. The executioner. I'm oh gosh, what's his name? I'm Boltfeld the executioner. And he's just like this cute little bunny boy.
Okay. That's yeah. I've seen so many people who be doing that kind of stuff. Making sure because sometimes not all female characters need to be voiced by female voice actors. Now, I don't know how it works for the male actors or something, but I think you see where I'm going with all this. What I'm trying to say here, like not all male characters need to be voiced by male voice actors. Sometimes you gotta let the females come in and do their thing.
And then I know, I think for Dress Up Darling, if I remember right, Drew Breedlove. Well, the character was a boy, but a boy that dressed up like females, so he kind of got to do like a mix of both like male and like female sounding or femme presenting voice in that show, which is like that's very like it's so fun to like just play with your vocals is what I'll say. Like I think that's like the best part of being a voice actor is like you just get to play with the range of your voice. And I think that's the key word for me is like playing. Like I love the fact that we get to play. We're just little children in this sandbox of storytelling.
Oh yeah, exactly. You want to make sure, like, no matter what character you're doing, you want to make sure you have those open opportunities ready for you. Because, like, if they need someone to play a kid, get someone to play a kid and let's move it.
Yeah, just go for it.
All right. Oh, let's see. Number 12. But before we continue, I want to make sure that are you enjoying yourself here so far?
Yeah, we're having a good time.
Just want to make sure. I'm trying to be good. I know where I may ramble sometimes. I'm trying to go as fast as possible. Hope I'm not Okay, I just want to make sure it's good. All right. Let's see. Bless you.
Thank you.
So, number 13. Let's see. Wait, no, that's number 12. See, that's number 12. Sorry. When a character is emotionally intense or vulnerable, how do you tap into that energy authentically?
Um,
Hmm.
I think for me, it's the remembrance of how I felt when I was in those emotions. So I know there are different techniques for different actors, but I try not to go the route where it's like, oh, if I remember something really horrible that happened in my past, maybe I can cry. I'm like, I don't want to have to go through that. That's like trauma all over again. So for me, it's all about the breath work and remembering, like, how did my body feel when I was, like, crying, or how did I feel when I was embarrassed, or just, like, remembering those, uh, physical responses that you have as a human to these different range of emotion, and that's how I tend to go to tap into that. I'll think about, like, where's the tension in my head? Where's the tension in my heart? Where's the tension in my gut? Where's the tension in my legs? And or if there is any tension. Um, and then go from there depending on what the circumstances are of the scene. Like, when you know your who, what, when, where, and why, that'll help you to tap in a lot more. And then I just use my imagination, like, how would I feel if I was in this character's shoes? And then go from there.
Yeah, it's nice that you said that because our own personal life experiences, sometimes we have to bring that into these characters we have the voice because these are people who have gone through some sort of tragedy or some kind of bad experience. And it's like, maybe I can draw something that happened in my lifetime that I had a bad experience with and maybe put into this character.
Yeah, that's definitely one technique. I personally try not to do that. Um, just because, like, that can put me in a really, like, difficult headspace to, like, continue on if, like, there's highs and lows in a scene. Sometimes there's, like, a lot of jovialness or, like, something happy that happens after a really dark scene. Um, so you never know. Um, that's why I try to go with the technique of, like, how is the feeling in the body as opposed to, like, what's something that happened in my past that made me feel that way. I just try to remember, like, the body feeling of it.
Oh yeah, of course. And I know you don't want to put, sometimes not all the dramatic stuff is that necessary to put into a character. And I can respect that part because you don't want to put too much into on one plate. If that's if you see what I'm talking about, you don't want to
Yeah.
put too much into a character that you don't want to put too much in a character that's really not needed unless it's needed that much.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good mindset to have for you.
Thank you, yeah.
13. Have you ever felt deeply connect to a character, and did that connection influence your performance?
Oh, yeah. There was a character named, Asami in, Higehiro. She's like a gal or a gyaru, but she has this scene with the main character Sayu, and they're sitting on this hill overlooking a starry sky, and they just have this really, like, deep heart to heart of, like, um, her saying, like, "Hey, I see you, and I see that you're in pain, um, but I'm here with you, and we can walk through this." And, oh, even just, like, thinking about that scene or, like, talking about it, it's just like, those are, words that sometimes you just wanna hear yourself. So, with that, I felt like it was me almost, like, talking to myself in that scene, and so I just felt very connected to her and to what she was saying specifically, because there are definitely times where I've, like, felt alone, or like I was alone in my own journey, and like I was suffering or in pain. But then you have someone who's there beside you, someone who's reaching out their hand and telling you, like, that they're with you and that you can, lean on them, and that you're strong and that you can make it through this. So, I would say that she's definitely a character that I resonated with, especially, in that scene.
So this is like you're having a one-on-one intervention with the character, even though it's not even like, in person.
Yeah, I it almost felt like it was therapy to myself in a way. Um, but yeah, sometimes those things just, like, kind of come to you, especially if the writing is really good. Like, I have to give props to our writers at Crunchyroll. Like, without them, scenes could be, like, so bland, and I'm, like, so grateful that we don't have, like, AI translated slop for, our scripts. So with them, it helps us to, like, find those feelings and make those emotional scenes possible.
Absolutely. Like the writers, they want to make sure that this is like really like, not just the scene, so that this is like a really powerful message for people to just listen to and understand. Like,
Yeah.
listen, even in these shows, you guys are giving out a lot of powerful messages. It's okay if I give you one example.
Yeah.
When now that My Hero Academia is done for good,
Mm.
I seen some of the stuff in the final season that really I was like, man, this is really, really tough and powerful, because we're at the end of the line here. And it's like
Oh.
when I was watching that episode called End of an Era and the beginning, All Might was about to be killed by All for One, and which was really terrifying to watch, because I was like, oh no, somebody going to save him?
Yeah.
And Deku was powerless to do anything because he was still occupied with Shigaraki. He can't do anything. So he was hoping to leave that crybaby self back in the past, but it was starting to come back to him again because he felt powerless to do anything to help his mentor while he was still fighting Shigaraki.
Yeah.
So, and then when Bakugo showed up, and I was like, he's back. Get all that stuff. And here's what I like too. If you've seen that scene where he was holding the light in his hands and it was dark in the background,
Mhm.
but then he looked ahead and he saw Deku and Bakugo heading towards the light. So it was like, I like how they told that story, because I was like, I can't do this forever. It's time to pass the torch on to the next generation. And that's why they said end of the era dash, because they're not finished,
Mhm.
and the beginning.
Yeah. Ah, man, that's powerful. That's beautiful.
I think that's a nice message to have for like people who, like, your mentors. They can't do this for us forever. We got to be
Yeah.
able to step up and take up the mantle of whatever we're trying to accomplish in life.
Yeah, exactly, and part of that is, like, making sure you're going through your own training and, like, stepping out, on your own. Like, and that's a scary thing to do sometimes, but I think, it's necessary in order to have that, you know, next generation, like, just go for it. Put yourself out there kinda thing.
Exactly. And also we have people who's going to teach us how to do things. So I think the main thing is that, you don't, it's okay. Our fear is a natural thing, but you don't let it take over your life.
Yeah. No, exactly.
So, and I think the more, like, that's why I was saying, like, I'm like, I was all for the entertainment, but now I want to understand like the context of these stuff. Because listen, even in anime, they're still telling all these amazing stories, because some of these shows have really real life situations implanted in them. Because one thing that Rochelle told me, that we're just trying to put humanity in these shows.
Yeah, exactly. That's I mean, that's the whole point of being an actor is like to show the depth of humanity and to show the flaws, to show the victories, to show everything in between that scale as a human being. And stories are important because they're what resonate with us. They're what show us how to love or what it means to be filled with hate, so much hate that you become a villain, and why you shouldn't let that happen. Um, so yeah, without humanity, we just have uh, nothing in the story, really. It would just be like, all right, here's a picture of this rock. Cool.
Good shit, that rock. It's just a rock. There ain't nothing there.
Yeah, exactly.
Boring stuff. That's hilarious. See, now you got me thinking back to something I watched. I was watching and again, Batman the Animated Series. You know, when they were, I think my most favorite episode in that one was called "Almost Got Him."
Oh yeah.
Remember that one? Almost got when they were at the card table and just telling their stories. You know,
wow, I forgot about that one.
and then Killer Croc was actually Batman in disguise, but he had to maintain his cover.
Yeah.
Because he was like, my turn. So Batman was sticking his nose where it shouldn't belong, and then it pushed outside, and I threw a rock at him. So they was like, even Joker was like, what? And they said, so about the giant penny, it was a big rock. So still watch the episode again, because when you brought up the rock thing, and if I could relate that to that situation, like you just threw a rock on him, is there more to the story? Is that it? Like, come on.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's crazy stuff. So, but yeah, I think, but going back to the as long as you keep putting humanities into these shows, people are going to continue to watch these.
Here.
So, we're almost at the end of this section. Like I said, I'm trying to go as fast as I can. I know we've been in here for a bit, so I'm trying. I hope I'm not holding you up or anything.
Oh, you're good. I got probably another half an hour.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, well, so we should be done with this hopefully. Let's see. Now number 14. How do you navigate portraying morally complex or flawed characters without judging them as a performer?
Yeah. I mean, I think a great example of that for a character I've played is Carme from Clevitas. I don't know if you've seen that show. Um, it's kind of Game of Thrones like. It's a very dark show. It came out last season, I believe. But I play this character who's like she's kind of like the head of a brothel kind of thing. And she kind of has to go between making decisions for the good of someone else or for her own survival. And I mean, those are complex things that like happen in the world, you know? And I mean, you can't judge a character by that. Because like literally their motivation is just to survive, to make it to the next day. And I think you have to like your motivation question pairs beautifully with that. It's because you have to know your character's motivation. So that way you're not making like this judgment call right away. And I think it's important to tell both sides of the story, like the heroes and the villains. Not necessarily in every story, because sometimes there are stories where it's just like, yeah, we just want like good to overcome evil and that's that. Um, but I think it's also like interesting at the very least to dive into like what a villain is and like why they do what they do, like what motivated them to become like this. And sometimes it has to deal with trauma. Sometimes it has to deal with needing to survive. Sometimes it's um because they have some like uh odd quirk about them that they can't help, and it's just a part of their personality. So, I mean, there's so many things that like go into being a human and being a human being, and we can't judge them. Otherwise, you just have like this cookie cutter, like, I'm just a bad guy doing bad things just because I'm bad. you know?
Yeah, that totally makes sense. And listen, like I said, every villain in shows and movies, they're gonna have these backstories. Like we want to see how did they turn to the people they are today. Same thing with like superheroes and all that stuff. But it's more interesting that way because if you've seen some of the stuff from like, let's see, how can I say this? If you've seen some of the stuff from My Hero Academia, they have so many origin stories. Like every time they come up with a title, they say origin, origin. When we got to the final season, we saw All for One's origin point when he was like a kid and he started like killing everybody. And I was like, oh my God, even as a kid, he did all this stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, that was terrifying to watch. And but I think that stuff is necessary because you got stuff in like DC and Marvel and just maybe in like slice of life stuff too. Also slice of life too. Same thing with like the Apothecary Diaries. They got to tell all these backstories for people to understand. Okay, I understand this person's perspective on life and how they got to where they are today.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're a human being too, you know? They're not just again, they're not just a rock. They are an actual human being, and these are the things that they're being or doing.
Exactly. And that's the stuff that that's critical to the show. Like we have to pay attention to these things because how are we going to be able to understand why they're doing all this if we don't pay attention to the backstories? Like you don't put a backstory in there because we all now listen, I know some people don't put backstories. I think that's just for movie in general. So when they did like the movie like Superman this year, they didn't show Krypton blowing up on our stuff because we've seen that already. Let's get to the main point.
Yeah! I mean, I didn't get to see the Superman movie, but I did hear many, many good things about it, and, being able to see, Superman actually going through a really tough time with, like, these moral questions and stuff like that, which is it's nice to see, like, it's nice to see him being challenged a little bit.
Yeah, of course. Some things don't require backstories, some things do. To be honest, I think it's just a mutual setting for me. Like, I don't care what it is, as long as the story's good.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really care about genre too much as long as there's, like, a compelling story behind it, so I agree with you 100%.
Of course, of course. All right. Let's see. I think we have two more. Let's see. Hey, hold on. I'm trying to remember where we are. Um. Oh, here we go. We're at the end of this section. Are there recurring themes or character types you feel drawn to, and why do they resonate with you?
Ooh, well, honestly, I love things that make me cry. That might sound really weird, but I think I like the characters who go through tragedy, but only to be able to come out of it stronger, and I think those resonate with me just because of, like, the struggles and things that I've had to go through in life. And like when you're able to watch a character go through these challenges and yet come out of it an even better person, that almost gives you like hope as your own self to be like, well, if that character can do it, like, maybe there's something that I can do to like make it out of this, whatever this challenging time is. And life isn't always, like a one big struggle or anything like that. But it just, I don't know, it's just inspiring to me, and I love that. I love to feel motivated, but I also like to I like the feeling, and catharsis of crying and feeling that pain with that character. Maybe it's because I'm a little bit of an empath, but I like that feeling, and I like feeling them, like, get out of that pit and, like, reach, like, the highest highs, and I just feel like I feel that so much with characters who go through tragedy, and then I just love being able to see, like, "Oh my gosh, they made it out of it. Ah, that makes me feel so good." So, eh, those types of characters I really, really resonate with.
Yeah, I could tell. And plus, as you said, as you saw before, you like those ones that make you feel emotional. As I showed you in one of my reels, I did get emotional and cry
Yes.
a little bit. Just like I said, I couldn't hold back the emotions because
Yeah.
this girl's story touched my heart. But I think it's just part of us being human, and I just couldn't hold back the emotions. But you are right about characters that do make you cry, because sometimes there are very sad scenes that still, and it still makes me feel bad that they had to go through this. I've seen so many stuff in, like, even video games too. Like,
Yeah.
it's one example, like, in what was that one scene I saw in My Hero that happened? Oh, when Himiko Toga had to save Ochaka Uraraka's life, and she didn't. She told her not to do that because she was going to die. When we get to the final season, she still felt bad that she couldn't save her,
Yeah.
and it's really, and it's like she has to live with that for the rest of her life.
Mhm.
You know.
Exactly. And I mean, there are things that we go through too, and they may not be, like, as devastating as, like, watching someone die right in front of you, but, I mean, we all have, like, little things that we have gone through and have to live with and figure out a way to work through within ourselves. Um, so I love that you brought up that example. I think that's really beautiful, and that's definitely something that I would resonate with. I haven't caught up with My Hero, so I guess that gives me a new motivation too.
You better, especially with the show's over. And another example too is like when I was playing Songtime Shadow Generation. See, listen, they say video games is all for fun, but I do be playing a lot of story modes. I be paying attention to the
Mhm.
stories. When I was playing Shadow Generations, and I beat Devil Doom again. I never played Shadow the Hedgehog 2005 when it first came out, since I was a kid.
Mhm.
But he kind of felt bad that he had to lose Maria all over again. And I was like, oh, he lost Maria in Sonic Adventure 2. Now he's losing her again in Shadow Generations, which is something he didn't want to go through again.
Man, that's so sad. I, man, I think you would like Octopath Traveler too. It's got some really good stories, pretty deep stories, especially in that specific Octopath Traveler. Octopath Traveler 1 was a lot of fun, but Octopath Traveler 2, it feels like it has really deep themes to it, so it's a fun game.
Okay, I'll add that to the list of games to do.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, whatever story y'all doing, I know, like, as y'all get to, because I know Apothecary Diaries is about to have a season 3, and then there's a movie coming out.
Yes! Ooh, I'm
So,
so excited.
are you excited to do that one, that movie?
I mean, we'll see if my character shows up. I don't know if she will or not actually, because it depends on if they're at the, palace, the Jade Pavilion, or not. But if they're not there, then I probably won't be there.
Oh man, I'm gonna root for you though, because everybody side characters have big roles to play.
Yeah, I was very surprised with season 2. Yinghua actually showed up a lot more in season 2, so, look forward to that. Because I know you're on episode 13, so you've got a little while until season 2 for you.
I know, I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to. I just need some
You got
time.
this. I believe in you.
So, but yeah, I think yeah, keep telling those like emotional stories, because That's going to be very powerful when they start, like, when people, like, because I know when people have to watch these and be like, oh, this really happened. It's like a real life situation. It's like, ah, you know, if you see where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I haven't been able to do a lot of those types of stories, but I really hope that coming up I'll get the chance to do something like that. And play a character that like actually goes through like some of those deeper things. So, we'll see. We'll see what the season holds or this next year.
Okay.
2026, who knows?
I'll be watching.
Thanks.
So, I only got two sections left, but like I said, we're making some good time here. So, um, next one is called technical and creative approach. Now, can you walk us through your process when preparing for a new role from script reading to recording?
Yeah. Well, with anime specifically, you don't usually get like a script beforehand. So that's kind of like towards the end, which is a lot different than like say for a theater production where you get script first and then you can build off of that. So with anime, um if you can do research, like I'll go and read through the manga, at least through like maybe like the first volume or two, just to kind of get an idea of who this character is. Um, and I'll kind of like think of a voice like based off of their age, height, kind of what they look like in the manga, and then I'll try and like read through as the character a little bit. And then once it comes to actually going into the booth and being there, I'll do my warm-ups beforehand. So I get my like little warm water and do my lip trills like and uh it sounds weird, but like licking your teeth with your tongue helps to like warm up your tongue so it's not so like stuck. And it helps with your enunciation of words. And then once I'm in the booth, I say hi to the director and the engineer.
Yeah.
They're people too. So, we'll have a little like, "Hey, how's it going? How's your day? Blah, blah, blah. I had my morning coffee. Yeah." Um, and then they'll give me the lowdown. So that's what we have the director there for, is to direct us as actors through the scene or through the show. And
Sure.
so they'll give us the background, who this character is. And so they do a lot of research as directors to give us more ideas of like how to play this character. Then they'll start with scene one of wherever the character shows up in the script. You'll watch the scene while also reading this along with the script. And then after you've had that preview, then it's time to act. And you do your best. It's kind of like cold reading essentially. So if you have those cold reading skills, like just reading things out loud for the first time, um, that will come in handy with doing, like, dubbing and ADR and stuff like that. So you do that first take, and the director will say, "Great, we're gonna place it now." So the engineer will do their engineering magic and, like, make it perfect or as perfect as possible. Um, and then you may do, like, another take or 2, or maybe they'll say, like, "Ah, that was perfect. Done, one and done, and on to the next." And then you'll do that for the rest of wherever your character shows up in the script, and then you say, "Thanks. I had a good time." And you
Looks
leave.
like you got that all memorized in your head. Like, you know how it goes every day.
Yeah.
So,
I've been doing a lot of that every day for the last several months, so, uh, that's kind of how my day typically goes. It's a little warm up, a little acting, and then you have your snacky and you say goodbye.
well, hey, it looks like it works, and it works. Whatever, whatever works for you.
Yeah.
So, All right. Let's see. I'm gonna skip two of these questions because I know we've been here for a bit. Let's see. Let's just go to the ones that are important. Now, how do you maintain vocal health and energy when voices multiple characters or long recording sessions?
That's a good question. So for this season, I've been focusing on making sure I have warm water with me, and I think that's a super important thing that most people don't realize is like your vocal cords need to be warm. Especially if you're doing a lot of screaming, which I've been doing a lot of screaming this last season. So if you have warm water, that'll help to keep your vocal cords warm from the inside. Um, if you're able to, like, have, like, a something warm around your neck just to, like, keep it, from tensing up and stuff, that's very, very important. Also, like I said, doing your warm-ups beforehand. Make sure your voice is warm, people, it's so important. Vocal health is important if you wanna be able to speak for the longevity of your life. Um, and then also, if it's been, like, a really straining or, like, hard day full of, like, a lot of shouting or anything, making sure you do some cool downs afterwards, so just, like, little, "Ooh," just something really relaxing and, like, that gets your range, but, like, goes down instead of going up, because that's how you can relax your voice. Also, yawning helps a lot too. So, those are my little vocal tips for you. Stay hydrated, kids.
You heard her. Stay hydrated. Just keep doing that. Yeah, warm water. I know some of you guys drink tea. So that helps too. So, because I know, like, listen, you've been screaming, like you say, you've been screaming. You're gonna have to get some tea in your system.
Yes, anything warm, really. Um, the less caffeine, the better, because caffeine will dry out your, vocal cords. So, if you can just stick to, like, warm water without anything in it, I would suggest doing that, but if you need the flavoring, then at least it's something. But try to do the, less caffeine.
There you go. There
Yeah.
you go. All right. I'm gonna go to number 18, and then we're gonna go straight to industry and advice, and then we'll be finished. Okay, because I'm not gonna be able to get to all these, but
Mhm.
I'm just trying to keep in pace.
Thank
Um, hold on. Wait. Okay, I got it. What techniques do you use to yeah, differentiate characters vocally while keeping them authentic?
Um, I use range and texture. So for instance, my character in Let This Grieving Soul Retire, she's like this cute little elf girl, but she's really angry all the time. So, she's small, so I give her this little voice that's like up here and it's really tiny, so you can make your lips tinier and your voice a little higher. But then she's also angry, so I give her a little texture in my throat right here, so she's like a little angry girl. So playing with your range, depending on like how old you are, um, what your character like how tall or short or stout your character is can also like inform like um maybe how wide your mouth is. So if you want like a bigger sound, make your mouth more open and round and stuff. Um, but like I did for my little voice, I just keep my voice or my lips closer together. Um, and then you can play with like your vocal cords a little bit, like tensing them up a little bit. I mean, don't do it a lot if you can. Um, But texture also comes into play a little bit for, like, doing little boy voices, um, because they're more, like, rough and tumble, so when you have that, you'll do a little more texture in your voice.
How do you keep doing all these voices, Kelsey?
Yeah, I mean, if you ever wanted to, you could always do like put up a picture and then like we'll do an impromptu voice for the character or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice to know. That is nice to know. So shoot, maybe next time I'll make sure to have some pictures and say, let's see if you can do this right quick.
Yeah, yeah.
She can't do this.
Yeah, we can just make up a voice, you know?
Okay. That's it. But yes, having those like kind of techniques, make sure you have to use what's in your toolbox.
Yeah.
So
And there's a lot of tools that you can use. And also, I've seen people who maybe have lower voices that have a trouble with doing higher pitch, kind of put their uh 2 fingers like right here because it pinches your vocal cords and makes them smaller. So it makes your voice sound uh higher without doing anything. So like I just did this and then I take it away and I sound like I'm older. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, that's I guess what's it? Sound wave technique.
well, it seems to work.
Yeah.
It works. Every time when I listen to you guys do your voices, I just be like, how do they keep doing this? I need to know. It's just crazy. I was like, it's got to be magic.
Yes, vocal magic.
That's nice to know. I'm gonna keep paying attention to you guys in these shows.
Yeah, no, it's fun. And I mean, you'll get to see me play with my voice a lot in The Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess. That's the one where I play Iana. Um, if you want some fun vocal stuff, watch that show.
All right, I'll add it to the list. All right, we're at the last section, and I hope I didn't like I'm trying to make sure we get this thing done. So, but overall we're having a great conversation so far. It's
this
been
has
great.
been fun.
It's good. So, lastly, we're gonna do industry and advice.
All right.
Now, what advice would you give to someone trying to break into voice acting today? And I've been asking that question over and over again because I have a friend of mine she actually starred in a few films. She was actually at a world premiere for her own film the other day, and now she's trying to get into voice acting.
All right. I mean, that's great. I mean, sounds like she's got the foundation, which is probably where I would start with my
Mm.
advice is take an acting class and see if you enjoy acting because that's the biggest part of this industry. Um, it's little v, big A. So it's not necessarily about the voice, it's about the acting and what you bring to that character and that story. So take an acting class, take an improv class, and see if you even like that to begin with. Because if you don't like that, then you probably don't like telling stories. And it won't be of any interest to you. And then after that, take a voice acting class. Try there's so many different online places that you can go to take classes like Ace Studios, Sound On Studios. I think Voice Tracks West does online classes if you're not like there in LA. So just do your research on different classes and then try it out and see if it's for you. Don't go straight into like buying this like expensive equipment or anything. Like start with something small, maybe like a snowball or something like that. And then try your hand at little projects, like go to casting call club and try your hand at doing a couple auditions. And if you book a couple of things, like maybe this is for you. So, yeah, at least give it a try. Try with classes first and grow from there.
I think she's going to appreciate that. And she does. And yeah, anyone else who's listening, yes, they're going to appreciate what you said there.
Thanks. I try.
That's all we could ask for, right?
Yeah, I think.
All right. Let's see. Next. How do you see the English dubbing industry evolving, and what opportunities or challenges excite you?
Ooh. You know, um, I'm not exactly sure how the English dubbing is going to evolve necessarily, but I know that we have challenges right now with AI, and we saw what happened with that Amazon thing. That was gross. It was terrible. I'm glad that they took it down, but I think that just goes to show that like there's nothing that can really replace a human being when it comes to the arts. Um because like when you just have like a machine trying to do a performance, it turns out to be soulless. There's nothing to it. Um, so at the very least, I would say I think we have pretty secure jobs, because of the humanity and the soul of it all. And I would say just the thing is for my voice acting friends is just like don't panic and don't worry. Just keep being you and keep pushing forward and just don't use AI.
Yeah, don't use AI. Listen, AI is not like, now I know some people use AI for like, like if they need to have a question or something. But thing is, the best thing, like for me, like if I want to find something, let me read first. Let me go do my own research first before you start relying on AI. Because that's been going on. Because you have a lot of stuff going on, like voice actors. Because I think Sonny Straight posted something the other day. I think I saw that when he posted
Yes.
talking about that they're going to take the AI stuff down because that's not how it works.
So with Crunchyroll, they've said they've made like a commitment to not using AI for their voices. That doesn't mean that they might not use it for other things, but at the very least, they've committed to using human voices for their properties, which that's a start. We'll take that win.
Yeah, because don't get me wrong, Kelsey. I was a little pissed off when they did that AI intro for Secret Invasion, Marvel Suit Secret Invasion. I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. What the crap?
So I was like, I had to pause the TV for a second because I was like, did they use AI in here?
Ugh. Gross.
Listen, every time when they did that, I literally had to skip the intro on every episode.
Yeah. That's so disappointing. Yeah.
So, like, I know Marvel Studios would not approve of this.
No, definitely not.
So yeah, I had to skip the TV. I was like, what? Why did y'all use AI in this show? Like, and this is just me venting here. Okay, I'm sorry, but like, like, come on, y'all could have done a better intro than that. Don't use AI just to have something. Oh, let's just put this to be done. No, don't do that.
No. No. There will be severe backlash.
So sorry for my fury right there.
It's okay. I feel the fury within myself as well.
So let's see. Let's see how much now. Let's see. Have you noticed any significant changes in how anime or gaming projects approach voice actors in recent years?
Uh, it feels well because I've only been in voice acting for I think 5 years now. Most things feel relatively the same. I mean, obviously, during COVID, it was a little different because there was a lot more being able to work from home and remote opportunities were more plentiful. But now more things are in studio. But since I've been in studio, it's only been a few years, so there hasn't been a lot of time, I think, for things to change. Um, so I don't know. I don't know how to answer that one for you. I'm sorry.
Sorry, my mic was cut off. It's
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I just wanted to pick your brain on that specific topic because I know you only doing this for a few years, but sometimes things do change quickly over time.
Yeah,
And
I
uh,
think, um, I haven't been able to, like I don't know all the ins and outs of things, so I haven't really been able to see a lot of change necessarily. Sorry.
it's okay. Anyways, I always ask, and guess what? Sometimes people don't have all the answers to the questions. But I always come on and ask that questions because like for people, years we've seen so many changes throughout the years that it's like, oh, it's evolving at a fast pace. I want to see how they feel about this.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest thing is, like, the AI stuff, and, I hope that we take a nice big stand against that, especially for, like, the creative side of things. Like, AI doesn't really have a place, I would say, in the creation of things.
Oh yeah, definitely, most definitely. And I think it's like, and going back to like the whole like situation, I think Crunchyroll made the right call of dropping AI because you guys, all these shows are made by you guys since the beginning of time. Like it's like, hey, you can't replace my voice with technology because it's not going to be very realistic. It's like just computers taking over.
Yeah. Exactly, exactly.
So it's terrifying. It's like a scary thought. Like, what if I get replaced by like robots?
Never!
Exactly. I like doing computers, but don't use computers to replace how we do work.
Yeah. No, thank you. I think we're happy as a clam being part of humanity.
Sure. Uh, one last question. I'm skipping number 24 because I'm trying to wrap this up. 25. Looking back, is there anything you wish you've known starting out in voice acting?
I mean, I wish I would have known voice acting was a thing when I was younger. Because then I probably would have, like, actually started doing it, um, back in the day when, like, it was only YouTube. There were not many other platforms, to, like, create on. Um,
Yeah.
I did I made, like, little videos and stuff, but I wish I would have done, more with that, honestly. I wish I would have created more. Um And I think that's my only one regret is I wish I would have just created.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I understand, like, back then, I was, like back in the early 2000s when I was growing up too, basically there wasn't a lot of technology going around that time because we were still in like the 1900s, kind of like 1990s, late 1990s,
Yeah.
early 2000s. Because, because lately when y'all like doing like messaging now before social media was a thing, y'all had to use like message boards.
Yep. Message boards, AOL or AIM.
So,
Exactly.
but we managed to make those work. Like I
Mhm.
didn't have any technology because I wasn't old enough to have any cell phones in my hands.
Right.
But at least with primitive technology, we still find ways to make it work. So
Exactly, yeah.
especially what you doing voice acting, like you didn't know voice acting was a thing, but now you're trying to understand this is the actual thing because we've seen, it taking us like sometimes it might take us a few years to understand it fully, but I
Yeah.
think we can finally, as now we can make it work.
Yeah. I think what's funny is, like, even growing up, I knew characters weren't real. But, like, it never occurred to me that there was a human being voicing the character. So I don't know where the gap was, because obviously somebody has to, like, be the voice of the character, but to my childhood brain, I was like, "Yeah, of course the character isn't real, but they live in TV, maybe?" So there that's why there was such a distance between, I think, realizing and understanding, like, voice acting is a career that people can choose. because I didn't understand that characters just had voices.
Yeah, listen, I tell you, Kelsey, you never know what you expect until you start doing it. It's really exciting that we get to be surprised. Like, don't tell me what it is. I want to be surprised when it happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a good thing to have. But
Agreed.
but I think I think we made it to the end here. I hope
All right.
I didn't have you on for too long. I'm trying to not do 2 hours, but it looks like we made it 2 hours again. But
It's fine.
it's just to make sure, because sometimes you guys just like throat gives out, and then it's like I can't do it like 2 hours or something again, kind of thing. I just want to make
Right.
sure.
No, I'm good. I'm having a blast. This was a nice and lovely conversation to have with you. Thank you so much for having me on just to like chit chat about anything and everything. It was a lovely time.
Exactly. That's all that matters. And like I said, we want to have these kind of conversations. And it's really nice getting to talk to you, Kelsey. You are a very sweet lady, and I appreciate that.
Thanks.
Sure.
So are you. You're a sweet human being. Thank you so much for all the fun questions. It's been great.
I try my best always.
You did. Good job. We did it.
I appreciate it.